horseshoes.
Yeah, I remember you saying. There you go. And I know there's
So they are
there's been some
Okay.
talk on the chatter page.
Hello and welcome to the Rushville Park and Tree Board August meeting. Wanted to give you a little overview of who we are. First of all, we're a volunteer advisory board. We make recommendations to the town hall, town council, and then the town council decides if they want to take our recommendation or not. So we are currently working on a big project, and that is the inclusive playground, shelter, and ADA restroom at Community Center Park. We have been fundraising for that for what, 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
3 years, and we applied for a grant from the DNR. We got accepted for that grant, but this is federal money, so now it has gone to the National Park Service. So we are waiting to hear from them, and you know, government projects take a lot of time to go through. So we're still waiting, but we're very confident that this will go through hopefully soon. I should introduce everyone here. This is Rick Homkes and Jana Hyman, Jeremy Burns, Reba Kassler, and Erica Parvin. So we'll go ahead and get started.
Sounds good.
All right, minutes. Did everyone get a chance to look at Jana's minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Does anyone want to make a motion?
I make a motion to accept Jana's minutes.
Second.
Okay.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, minutes are passed. Treasurer's report.
Okay, pleased to hand these down. This is the up-to-date treasurer's report for the accounts of interest for the Park and Tree Board. The first fund to go over is Fund 2204, which is our operating fund. And a fund is something that the money stays in the account, like a savings account, to roll to the next year if you do not spend it. The only thing we have spent out of this so far has been that $2,500, and that was to Dave Keyser for additional work on the grant request. Now please notice that that first item in there is the Gene Parks Fund, and that is the person's name, Gene Parks, for youth and seniors. You can see that there is still a balance of $3,100 there, and so if there are expenses having to do with the Fun Fest, you know, they can easily come out of there, and that's what the money was for youth and seniors. The next one is Fund 2300, which is the Community Center Park Playground and Shelter. As you can see, we started the year with $114,000. We've had another $6,000 in receipts, and part of that was the annual distribution from the Community Foundation, and so it's now sitting at $121,000. That is all dedicated towards the support, the match for the Community Center Park, the inclusive playground. The next fund, 2503, is the Community Center Fund, and this is new this year in the sense that everything having to do with the community center goes through this fund, both revenues and expenses. And the town council did this to get a better handle on how much it's actually making or losing in a year. And as of right now, it's obviously in the black. The last things there are the appropriated accounts. There's two of them that are appropriated by the town council. They are not attached to a fund, and that is the general parks and trails. And the only thing spent out of there so far is some reimbursement for some things that were done, just $88. And then tree maintenance, which includes tree planting and such. This is where the seedlings for the 5 acres north of the wastewater treatment plant came from, and then also this is where all payments to Rice for tree maintenance and removal. And of that $660, $500 is actually to Rice. Now, Rice is working in the town right now, doing trimming for to get the buses through our streets without hitting the branches. And so next month there will be additional monies to Rice out of this account. The last two accounts there are kind of unusual. They are appropriated expense accounts, but they are attached to either the Parks and Operating Fund or the Community Center Fund. And so that's why the numbers to 2,500 and the 8,543 match as far as expenses. The reason that that is there is that although you have a fund which may have $100,000 in it, you can only spend what is appropriated from that fund, and so that may be 5,000. So you are limited to spending 5, even though you've got 100,000 in the bank. It's sort of like a budgetary restriction on your personal accounts. Any questions?
No questions? No? Okay. All right, we have to go on that.
No.
All right, old business. Town Park. Last Wednesday, was it last Wednesday?
Mhm.
Okay, last Wednesday, we had our first annual Youth Fest. And we had no idea what to expect. We didn't know if we'd have 20 people, or, I don't know, we just didn't have any idea. So, we had a great turnout, actually. We don't know specifically, we tried to keep count, so we know it was over 150, but we're not quite sure how many. We did give out free hot dogs and chips and ice cream and water, and we ran out of everything, I think, except some chips. So, and we had to go get more water. So it was a great turnout, and we're thrilled with it. Does anyone have anything they want to say about that?
I saw lots of pictures. It looked really nice. Like
I
it
still
was a
have-
good day. It was hot.
It was really hot. Oh, it was really hot.
Mhm.
But
You
it was
saw a lot of
nice.
pictures where?
Just on Facebook and from people sharing them.
Oh, you did?
Oh, nice.
I didn't see it.
Nice.
Okay, great.
Well, thanks to Dell's for supplying the hot dogs.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Waddell supplied hot dogs and buns and some ice, so we are very thankful to them.
And kind of on a personal note, I felt guilty because I wasn't there for the whole thing. So the next morning, I took my bucket and my pickup and stick, and I went out there to pick up all the trash. I got a grand total of 2 bottles and some paper. And so I figured someone was here before me, so all of you can thank you. You did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
By the way, you missed 2 bottles.
I was just-
That was later, that
We
was that evening.
purposely
That was-
saved that for you,
Yeah.
so
Yes,
you were a
it's
part
something
of
to
it.
do.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
That probably was the people, the community should get thanks for that, because they were really using the trash.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't feel like
We
there was
did-
a lot to pick
No,
up. I mean,
no.
they did a pretty good cleanup
Yeah,
of themselves.
yeah.
And
Well, good. Thank you all.
it was nice.
It was very nice to see families out playing the basketball or cornhole or whatever with their kids. It was a great night, and it was hot, but it was a good night.
I know, I was kind of nervous about like people showing up, like knowing about it and showing up and coming, so I would have been thrilled to see a quarter of the people there.
And-
But then especially because it was so hot, it was just really, really fantastic that everybody showed up,
Mhm.
came out.
What could we do to improve for next year?
Did I see that you guys had somebody doing face painting?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
yes,
so
yes.
they
Yes.
showed up to do the face painting?
Yeah,
The
that-
face painting was very popular, so
that-
that was Erin
Nima.
Nemeth.
Yes.
And Erin was busy all night long, even after time was up, she was still
I
painting
mean, she had
faces.
the longest line.
Mhm.
Yes,
They
it
loved
was great, we certainly need
So
more
we
face
could have a couple,
painters.
we could have, since that was, she
Okay.
was busy, she needed
Yeah.
a break, we could have a couple people do that next
Okay.
time.
Somebody get on good terms with Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Something we can't
Just a
control.
little bit of a breeze.
Does the
what was
Lions
I-
Club here have like the ice
I
cream
thought
thing?
maybe if we put some
No.
tents up and we had some tents up, it would provide shade and maybe draw some interest to.
Yep.
And I thought about, chalk, sidewalk chalk. Kids love to, we could have, like, a best, maybe mark things off, cut things off, and like little pads to where they could have
Oh,
their
like-
own individual, have an art
Like an art
contest.
contest. Have you ever seen up at Silver Beach, Michigan? They have that at the end of summer where the parking lots up there are like sectioned off, and people do drawings in the parking lot, like paint and stuff like
Mhm,
that, and
mhm.
they're amazing. They're
Mhm,
so incredible.
Like
Yeah.
the seniors parking places.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
They're
right,
amazing.
Yeah.
right,
But it's
they
like
are.
art, and they do some
Yeah.
amazing artwork.
Okay, sounds good.
Trying not to talk about seniors, because these two are going through withdrawal.
I know.
Anyone else have any suggestions?
I don't have a suggestion, but I was shocked that we didn't get more feedback. I didn't hear too much. I didn't hear any negative, but I didn't hear a lot of replies from the community
But you did, Jeremy?
Mm-hmm.
on
I saw a
Facebook.
couple on Facebook, yeah, where people were talking
It-
about how they went up to it.
And people can come up during the event.
Oh, yeah, they were happy and thank you and stuff
Right,
like that.
right.
So-
So I take that as,
Well, I was
Yeah.
happy there was no negative. I mean, I didn't hear any complaints.
right.
So,
Well, whatever you did, whatever we did, for marketing, and I think a lot of it was the person-to-person marketing that you did, the flyers and things. Because there's just a limit to how many people will look on Facebook and a limit to how many people will look at a flyer that's posted at what else, so.
Like Jill's door to door, that helped
Yeah.
tremendously, I think. So,
I think it'll only get better too once the new park's built.
Oh,
And you
yes.
can kinda coordinate it with that, and
Right.
there'll be lots of ways to advertise it
And
get it
maybe,
out there.
right, and coordinate maybe with the fire department,
Mhm.
get a,
We did say maybe like a water spray would have been nice that day.
Yeah, and I can even get with some of the guys over at the firehouse and talk to them about it, John Adams, and
yeah,
see if we can coordinate with them to do something with it next year.
yay.
Okay. Yeah, I think there was an insurance issue. We couldn't bring anything in that wasn't already in the park. So we'll have to get some
like
kind
a
of
bounce house,
Yeah.
a slide, a big water slide.
we have to get some kind of a waiver or something
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that day.
That makes sense,
That's
because it
what
isn't
it is.
a great big area, but it is nice having it right here in this park because it was closer to the community and everyone, so that
A
was
lot
very
of
nice.
people
about
walked
it.
in from all different directions.
Mhm,
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that was the whole gist of it, over here at the park.
Yes. I think it was very nice that people walked in the community. Okay, anything else? Okay. Anybody else have anything from the town park point of view? Okay.
As far as the event goes, or just the town park in
Anything.
general?
Anything about the town park?
Something I noticed when we were there that day was the amount of kids that come up on bikes. And I mean, I see the bikes there all the time anyways. I've got a couple kiddos that run around on the bikes and stuff. And I think a bike rack at the park would be really beneficial.
Or multiples.
Or multiples, yeah, for sure. Because I know, at one point the kids had a pile of bikes, and then they were gracious enough to kind of move them out of the way. That way people could move around and not trip over them and stuff like that. But there's a couple places online that I find bike racks in like $650 for like an 18 capacity bike rack.
Wow,
So
that's pretty big.
yeah, it
Probably
is.
10.
Yeah.
Eight.
We need
Do
18.
you ever see any more than that down there?
Oh, I have no, I don't
I
count them,
don't-
but I
Rick
mean, I
would
know.
How
I
many
think
bikes are
once the
usually
new
there?
park gets built, I mean, it's
Oh, there
gonna
you
be
go.
a lot of park, a lot of people.
Oh,
are
for
gonna be
sure.
riding bikes.
But I mean, I know down here sometimes there's a lot of kids there, and I don't know how many bikes are there, but I know that there's a lot of bikes. I know when Jacob's running around, there's usually 5 or 6, so you figure just that little group right there is a
Right.
good 6 bikes.
Right.
And
Also, if it's a little bit bigger too, it kind of helps so people aren't crowding their bikes in too.
Might encourage
I mean,
people too.
Yeah, and
Right.
absolutely,
To ride
people
their
might
bikes.
be more encouraged to.
Well,
So
Main Street put a bike rack in front of the church, and I think there was some pushback at one time, but there's been as many as 5 bikes and scooters there. Which, whatever way it takes to get people and do a little bit more exercise and to come to church, you know, that's good.
I think that's a good idea. I think we should look into that,
Okay.
purchasing one.
It might be something too, we could even talk to the Kokomo Career Center and see if Mike Sell would wanna do that with, as a welding
Oh,
project.
that would be great.
To where we
Yeah.
could get it
Yes.
donated and
Oh,
wouldn't have to
good.
actually
Yeah.
pay for it.
I don't remember where I saw it, but there was a bike rack. It looked like a bicycle and handlebars. I mean, they could come up with a
Mhm.
unique design like that. That would be cool.
I can talk to Mike Sell about it.
Okay.
Okay.
And there is money in the Parks and Trails account, an appropriated account. There's 9,000 plus money left in there. So a few bike racks would not be a problem at all.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I just know a lot of those kids at the Career Center go to Western, and if it's something where we can get them to,
Oh,
even if we paid for the material or something, but got them
Mhm.
to build it for us and.
That'd be great.
Okay.
I also was very happy to see how much the shelter was used with the picnic tables, because people were sitting there eating and getting shade. Because we had to take down those ash trees, we don't have as much shade, because the new trees we planted just aren't big enough to give out a lot of shade yet. So, although, Jeremy, I was very glad to see that the trees are all growing and none of them. Okay. All right, anything else?
Well, just in the town park, there's one tree that has an issue with standing up straight, and that's that service berry.
Yeah.
So, Jeremy, if you could look at that, and is it something that we can do a dig out and push over to one side?
We should be able
When it was cut and bagged, the main root was cut off, and just happened to be, that was where it was planted, the main root towards the wind, and so it's been leaning ever since. Now, we do have it staked and roped, but
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
I'm hoping that next year we'll grow some roots there on the south side, southwest side, and gain some strength.
Okay.
That's it for me.
All right. Okay, community center park. One thing is the iron wheel sculpture still needs the benches stained. But this week, I think, is gonna be a good week, and we're not going to have rain. So, at least I don't think we are. And so I will see, I will go out there and stain the benches. Not that good of a
Thank
paint.
you.
Well,
yes. Thank
you better wait for your thanks till after I'm done.
Wait till she gets it done.
Just don't get it on the pavers.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll come and put down a tarp. I'll
Yeah,
help you.
yeah, we have tarps if you would like.
I
have
might need
plenty.
a lot of tarps around. Okay. All right, the playground project. As we said at the beginning, the DNR has, given us the grant, and it's been submitted to the National Park Service. And so we're waiting on that to hear back from them. And so far, we just don't know anything. We're waiting. The light camera and light poles in the playground. So we talked to, what was his name, Gianna?
Oh,
Steve Lee?
Steve Lee.
Steve Lee, and at Duke, and he was gonna get back to us. Now, Janet, you heard from him? What did he-
Yes, I texted him, and he had texted Megan just prior to her leaving on vacation, and he sent to her, I'll text it to all you guys, an example of polls, payment plans, a couple of different payment plans, and lights. Well, it's really basically one globe light, so I'll send that to all of you guys, so you can see his report. But yes, he stayed with his word. I apologized to him because I said, hey, we really hadn't heard from you. And he had stayed with his word. He said he would get back to us in 3 weeks to a month, and he did. So,
Okay,
yeah.
the only thing I noticed on that is that the lights look like the type we have on, Main Street.
Right.
and I thought they were gonna be floodlights,
Let me, make sure I get that.
because I thought we wanted floodlights to light up the playground. Do you remember that? Any of you? No.
I don't
Yes,
remember
I
this.
do,
No,
yes, yes, we discussed floodlights, right.
So the lights that he had in that report looked like the same type we have on.
So you want it
More like-
shining on the equipment, not so much out there like.
Not a decorative lamp, we talked about floodlights so that it could be seen. And of course, we were gonna put cameras on them, so to be lit up would be, allow us to better see the playground area and the people in it,
Yeah.
Good idea.
so. Anyway, when we get that information, and the town council will have to see which plan they would like to go with. One, you put more money down, and you got, your payments were less per month. And then the other one, you didn't put, is it any money down at all? And then the payments would be substantially higher a month.
Right.
So I can imagine which one the town council's gonna wanna go with, but we'll let them make that decision, of course. And,
If we had floodlights out there and it was more lit up, would that encourage people to be out there through the night?
I don't know,
Is there gonna
Even
be a,
though we close technically at 10 o'clock?
is it,
Yeah.
there's a time limit out here, so it'd be like a time limit over there.
Yeah, there is, but
Josh is right here.
yeah, but
coming in
still
and
out
of the
there, I
station.
feel like with it being more well lit, it would encourage people to be there more.
it might, but if we don't, unless we put a motion detector on it so that it only lights up if someone's out there. Can we do that, I wonder?
I would imagine that you can.
But if they're active in the playground, it's gonna always be on then.
Yeah, I would also
What's the point?
wonder also about those houses,
Yeah.
like
that's
how
it.
those floodlights would affect those houses right there if they had bright lights around them
Well,
all
the
time.
only houses there, you mean like Carter's across the street?
Like Carter's across the
Or
street,
the
but
ones
even the
next door,
houses
that blue
that,
house next door?
well, the houses right there
Right
on
there on Lion
750 and then around Lions in front of the,
I don't know how
That-
that would.
like the houses that have their yards that back up to the trail and
Oh,
stuff.
the red brick house right there on the corner of the ballpark.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know that a floodlight that's aimed down at the playground is gonna affect them that much.
Any more than the parking lights, parking lot lights that are there
Yeah.
now.
Well.
But are they on all night?
These don't have to be on all night, they
Right.
would only, if we could have motion detectors, it would only come on if someone was there, so like, if no one's gonna be there, which I'm assuming they wouldn't, most of the time. And if they are on, then that would be a signal that,
But would animals
yes,
trigger that
animals
to
would
come on?
trigger
So
it,
any-
yes. I don't know how many animals are roaming around through there, but yeah, it would.
Oh, I have raccoons and everything else in my yard all the time, so I'm sure there's a lot.
Oh,
Maybe
yes,
falling out.
Coming
we
through
do,
there.
too, but the alternative is, what if there was vandalism and it wasn't lit up and so we couldn't see who it, might be, and
Yeah.
they wouldn't show up in the cameras, so we have to do something for security.
Mhm. For sure.
About, do our cameras have like night vision and stuff like that? Now the cameras over here in this park, is that, like, how do they work
But
at night? Is there
I
enough
think
lighting?
being lit up is a deterrent.
Okay.
Now, again, we can recommend to the town council, but this is gonna be their decision,
Right,
so.
And the
Right.
lights are on all the time in the town park.
are they?
Do they bother you?
No. But I'm on the other side of the house, so.
I mean, the parking lot lights are on over at the Stout Center, aren't they? All
I
that's
think
on
they
there.
are.
Are they?
I know that's lit up all night long, I mean, it's a
I
good
don't
question
know.
for
I
town
don't know that I
council,
really
guess.
paid attention,
Yes.
I just kinda was thinking about it, I was wondering.
Okay, well, we can, that's something we could talk to Steve Lee about also. If that, how far the light projects out and how that would affect people around. Okay. Anything else about
I
the
always feel bad
playground
those
project?
people on the clerks.
Anyone want to talk about?
I always feel bad those people across from the
No?
clerks.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Signage along 26 is completed.
Yes, and, Mark, is that why you're here, to talk about signage?
No.
Oh, okay, then I will.
I'm just here to listen.
All right. We've
I love
done
that, we never have an audience.
two signage projects that are completed along 26. The first one, the big one, is the Welcome to Rushville signs. They were done by Clifford, and the landscaping was done by ProTurf, and they look very nice. They do have solar lighting on them for the night, and they also, because it's a white on black, the Welcome to Rushville, the Rushville especially, does pop when you're coming in at night. So that's good. The second signage project that has been completed is the service organization signage. That's both on the east and west sides of the town on SR 26 as well. And so the sign was, at the top is the Masons, because the Masons have the longest service line going back 100 plus, 125,
1853.
Wow.
1853.
175 sort of years of service. The next one is the Lions, which are in their 80th year, so they have the second place signage location. And the Park and Tree Board with 17, 18 years is the third place. And if more want to put themselves up, they can talk to the Tax Increment Finance, Rushville Redevelopment Committee about putting some things out there. The third signage that is in process is to redo the signage for the Western schools. This is something that was brought up and discussed, as far as the signage kind of grew organically, which means that every panel said state champion. And so it'd be better if we had one Western High School state championships on the top, and then baseball, softball, band, and everything else in separate panels with the years. So we can save a lot of space because, and this is a wonderful problem, we're running out of space for state championships. And so that is out for proposals right now, and they're coming in now. So those are the three signage projects. Two complete, one in process. Any questions there?
And who covers the cost of that signage for Western?
The taxpayers do through the tax increment financing. We believe that to be a, basically, it's a town promotion.
Okay.
You know, if you want to make people feel better about their community, you know, what's good about the community, and I can't think of too much better than a state championship.
No, absolutely not. I know in the past it's been up to the school and the sport and stuff to raise the money to get those signs and stuff, so.
We think the original ones came from the town council, and they've always been installed and maintained by town employees. But yes, I'm willing to bet the panels are individual, and that's one reason why with 4 different signs, we had 3 different sets of signage, because there was no consistency as to how many panels were purchased and where they were installed and everything like that. Hopefully we can take care of that as well. Okay.
I believe at the last town council meeting, somebody was questioning another sign. Do you remember that? Was it the church signs?
I said they were decaying.
Yes. We're looking upon that as a church situation.
Okay.
And Ned did bring that up, Ned Sutherland did bring that up at the town council meeting, and I think that's something that he should approach with the pastors associations to start.
Okay. Okay. Tree planting, I left this in here because you weren't here last time, and we brought this up. On May 10th, 80 trees were planted.
Yes.
And do you want to say anything about those?
The survival rate was not what we wished. It's over 50%, but that's still much lower than it should be with arborvitae white cedar. The difference was, by the time we got the okay and actually went to locate seedlings for the white cedars, Indiana was out. And so there were, the DNR had no more, Howard County had no more. Now Cass County had them, but they were cheaper, but they were from Michigan, and I think that they were out of the ground too long. And so, even though we tried to keep them wet and we soaked them before we planted them that morning, like I said, we're running around a 54% survival rate, when in past plantings we've had up to 95. So, what does this mean? We're gonna have to go back in this fall and perhaps next spring. I love fall planting more. If you can get them dormant in the fall, then they just pop out in the spring. In the spring, we have to worry about, like we did this year, getting a fire truck in there and watering them with a fire hose, which is,
You gain a year's growth in the fall.
pardon?
You gain a year's growth
Yes,
in the
you do.
fall.
So that's where we stand with those trees. Any other tree planting areas? I know the Lions are looking at planting more trees this fall. Probably they have asked about putting another red oak behind the softball one, because they've had two there, but then a couple trees were removed. So there's now room for at least one, maybe two additional red oak over softball one. And then T-ball, if we could do the Lions, if the Lions could do that arc like they did with softball 2 around T-ball. Again, we're not planning for ourselves, we're planning for the next generation. That would be really nice there. So that's up to the Lions to handle that project. But we'll help whatever way we can.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I read someplace once that trees are better if they are native trees to your area. So that might, have been a problem. Okay. Community notification about the grant for the community center park project. So we, I think, need to get that information out to the patrons here so that they understand. I think there's been some talk about, where has this money gone? Where is the playground? And it's true, it has taken a while. I mean, we've been raising money for 3 years, and it just, when you're working with the government, it just takes forever, it seems. And so we're trying to be patient. We're frustrated. We wish we could, have started on it by now. But again, hopefully we will hear soon.
Well, I'm back in town now, so I will get a notice on Facebook tomorrow for that.
Okay.
But what probably should be discussed is there has been chatter about the kids that put the $50 in.
Okay.
Is there any sort of temporary signage or something that can be done there? Community center park coming here, et cetera.
It would be an expense for a temporary sign.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We plastic, how to handle that. You'd rather to put, we could post that in a notification. These children have,
I don't know.
but then
What
they're
if
gonna
we
put
put a-
people's names
there.
on,
Yeah, I
of
don't
course, they're gonna
think-
be posted on a sign.
What if we put a Facebook post on our Facebook page, make a post, and then you can pin it so it stays at the top of the page? So when people are looking on the Facebook page, that post is right there. You can have those kids' names on it and stuff.
It doesn't have to go into the public. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it'd be on the Facebook page, but you know how like when you post stuff and
Right.
then people keep posting stuff and
Right,
things move down,
right.
you can pin it so it'll stay at the top of the page.
Really?
Can you do that?
Are you saying you don't
So-
think parents would want their kids' names out
I
there
don't
on
know if they
everything?
want their kids' names out
Right,
there on a
right,
Facebook page.
Right.
As opposed to a sign.
How about just the first
Yeah.
name?
it's
about
still
just a first-
public.
How about a first name? No?
You
Yeah,
know?
there is something between that out in the world digital as opposed
Yeah,
to.
some parents would like
Right, right.
I know some parents do not, I mean, you usually have to have permission to do that.
I was gonna say, even to post on a sign, I
Yeah.
think I would, you know,
Well, I think I would want too, but I think if I gave my money and then my kid's name and stuff like that, because I knew it was going to be posted out there publicly.
right.
that. It's gonna be in
Then-
the park.
I mean, it's,
It's
yeah.
posted.
I think that's a little bit different than putting it out there.
They signed
on
off
Facebook.
on that. I mean, you know, they,
Yeah.
they gave us permission to put it on a sign.
Yeah.
But to put it on any other sign or any other notification,
Okay.
it's,
On
I don't
social media.
yeah, it's just, it's that sticky, you still go back to those 4 college kids in Idaho. But, you know, it was all the social media, the damage that's been done.
Okay,
Well, a temporary sign would cost something, but
yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
right,
it's a lot of names.
yeah.
how many? Do you have a count?
Well, I don't have it, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's around, is it around 85 names?
Yeah,
It's
I was
around
thinking
like
it was
that.
close
I
to
mean, it's-
100.
Yeah.
It was
That's what I was
around
saying,
three,
like 100.
it was like $3,500.
Okay.
It was quite a bit of money.
Yeah, so, but, I mean,
35 or
that's a lot of
38.
names to put in a sign, because it's gonna cost us quite a bit of money to put those on there. For temporary,
Yeah. For
Sign,
temporary.
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Well, anyway, Rick, you're gonna put something out there about the grant and the playground
Yes.
and shelter and
Seven
restroom.
seven
Okay,
kids.
There were 70 kids.
If there was.
Should be
any more
70.
old business?
Yes, Jill, I'd like to comment on the Community Foundation. We did have official notification that, you know, they are not going to, I don't wanna say they're gonna deny us money, but
Not at this time.
not at this
Yeah, they
time.
couldn't.
And we expressed that appreciation for the $100,000 donation that they
Yeah,
gave
we
us.
talked about, like, if they couldn't approve that request, then we totally understand. 'cause
Right.
they-
Yeah,
but-
and we told that to
extremely
them also
gracious.
when
So-
we
Yeah.
asked.
Get 'em
and it-
again.
Yeah.
So after that, Emerald had to wait until after their June or July meeting, I can't remember, it must have been, had to be July now, so.
Yeah, we're so
um,
grateful to them
to make-
for starting us
yes.
out so much.
And she helped us with Duke.
Mhm.
She got all those connections for us at Duke.
Yes,
Yeah.
we got big donations from Community Foundation and the county commissioners, is that it? And TIF board, and, you know,
Oh, it's been,
other businesses, and so we're very grateful to them.
I think that $100,000 pledge from Community Foundation is one of the largest ones they had that year.
They said it was the largest one
Yeah,
they've ever
they
given
said
out
they
for
rarely-
something like this,
yeah.
so we're so,
Yeah.
we're very grateful.
very.
Okay, new business. There was a young lady who would like to do an Eagle Scout project. I talked to her yesterday, and she's open to any kind of a project. She said she could do benches or flower boxes or anything that we might think we need. So I asked her what her timeline was, and it's kind of open, but, so I think we have a little bit of time to come up with a project if we don't have one immediately in mind. Does anyone have any ideas for a project?
Well, you said open, they do age out.
She said she had quite a bit of time before
Okay.
she ages out.
Okay.
How's she with bike racks?
Yeah.
How are you at welding? Is that what your next question
Yeah, you
is?
should get at that.
I believe she's gonna be a sophomore in high school this
Oh,
year.
she's got time.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, one thing that was brought up in the past is some sort of art panels at the library. And the second thing is that another Eagle project has just been delivered to the library, and that is a bench that turns into a table. And it was placed in no man's land, the
That's awesome.
the property between the homeowner and the library that no one claimed for so long, that's now the library's. They hope to develop that into a little nature area. So
Nice.
something that could be done in the nature area maybe, or else in the Nature Explorer outdoor classroom, they had talked previously about doing some sort of art panels there.
Of what now? What kind of
It's
panels?
art panels.
Oh, art panels, okay.
Those are just two things that have been talked about in the past.
Okay. All right. Well,
Is there anything for the town that,
well, what we could do is, get some feelers out there to see if you guys can think of anything, maybe talk to the town council, next week and see if they have anything, and we can get back to her, because like I said, she said she's not in a great hurry, but.
I would kinda like to see some daylilies or something in the iron sculpture area. Put some color in there. And
So where would those go exactly?
just, well, as long as we keep it a triangle, right, right, Jeremy? As long as we follow a triangle planting design, we could put them, we could put one in front and one on each side, or have a cluster of 3 on the other side, as long as we keep it in a triangle shape to complement each other.
Where's it at?
Or just some other,
Where's it at?
the iron,
At the iron
wheel
sculpture.
sculptures.
I'm trying to look at that.
It's, right now, weeds are just going crazy in there. I think we need something else in there to keep, so it doesn't cost so much to keep mulch in there all the time. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
and if we could maybe put something seasonal, like lilies would bloom, like daylilies are past, but then, we could get some perennials or something to put out there.
That would bloom at different seasons,
Right,
like different times of things. That would be a
right.
good idea.
Right,
Even in the circle at the community center,
right. We need, yeah,
put different things that would,
Yeah,
like your
yes.
spring and then your summer, and
right.
late summer, and things like that.
the big thing is there the maintenance, because it becomes a problem, because the kids do this, and we had a project done by the environmental club at the high school. They put a planter in, but then
You're right.
they graduate
Correct.
and are gone.
Right, right,
And then it's
right,
one more maintenance.
yeah.
I don't wish to be a downer, but.
No, that's true, but that's why I was hoping that maybe if we added some more, like daylilies and some perennial things that would help, we wouldn't have to pay so much for the mulch,
Mhm.
or buy so much mulch, and that would help kinda cut down, and it's not so hard to go out there and spread 5 bags of mulch compared to 15.
Well, and the nice thing about iron wheels and the circle is that both of them are contained.
Correct,
so-
right,
So you've got a
right,
start and you got an end.
right, right.
It's a community center.
Yeah, it's at the back of the community center parking lot. That sculpture at the
Jeremy's
Shepherd.
not familiar
that-
with a
It's,
community center.
it kinda introduces you to the park and the ball field. It's right there,
It's the roundabout that connects the 2 legs of the trail.
yeah, yeah. So it's kind of like a little welcome center type thing. Yeah.
Any other comments or questions about the Eagle Scout project? Okay, so why don't we table that and, bring that up again next month, okay?
Okay.
Okay, the last thing I have for new business is, a pickleball court. Not that this is really new business, cause we've talked about it for several years, but, this was brought up again at the last town council, meeting. One of the town councilmen brought up that he was approached about it. And, possibly at, Community Center Park, possibly where the tractor pull area was. We'd have to make sure they wouldn't be in the line of fire of the disc golf course and get hit in the head with a disc. But I would like to get with this town council member and see what he has thought of, maybe come up with as a way of paying for this pickleball court. One thing is popped up on my email, because I've applied for grants before to the Subaru Foundation, and so they are having another open time frame, which is September, when you can apply for something. You can apply for up to $15,000. There are certain stipulations. Interestingly enough, I read this, which I had never seen this before. You may not apply for murals to be painted. No painting, and said specifically no murals.
Wow.
And I know we had talked about that before.
Yeah.
And now I don't know if this is something new or I just never saw it before, but I think it might be something new. So, but it could be for education, it could be health and fitness. I think this would fit under fitness, and
And it's a 15,000?
15,000. Now, the thing about this grant is they want it completed within a year, and they want it to not be part of another fundraiser.
Right, it has to be.
They want this to be,
It solely covers.
yes. And I don't know if 15,000 is a feasible number for a pickleball court. I'm assuming you should have like 2 of them.
When we looked it up that one time we were talking about it, it was like $20,000 to $60,000, depending on surfacing type and things like that. It's
Yes, and perhaps we could get someone to do the
That's nice.
excavating, and, I don't know if we could get any stone, do you have to put stone down underneath?
yeah.
Is blacktop cheaper than cement, or it is? Okay, so you put stone underneath the blacktop, okay. So that is something,
But if we acquired donations like that, would that be considered like against their guidelines for?
I don't
they
think it
fully-
is. I think you can put your own, money in toward it, but they just don't. In other words, when we were applying for the DNR grant,
Mhm.
they weren't gonna give us $15,000 to apply toward our matching money for, we want match for the DNR.
Mhm.
That's something they wouldn't do. They want an actual project that is completed, so. Does anyone have any other thoughts on that?
Just, we can do the greenfield development at the old tractor pull, or there is technically a pickleball court at the Lions Club basketball court. But the pavement is so bad that I think it probably should not be used as a pickleball court if you're gonna have older people on it. And we had a tennis court at Friends Church. So this would require some sort of public-private partnership. But it is another option, because the base is already there. But someone like Crenshaw or E&B would have to come in and grind it off, level it, and then lay new asphalt on top. The painting is cheap. The nets are cheap.
What's nice about the Lions Club is they have a fence around it, so your balls wouldn't be going every which way. The only bad thing is, someone said the boys use it a lot, the basketball court a lot.
It
in the
is,
summer.
it is.
So you'd be kind of battling, I wanna play basketball while I'm on older people doing pickleball, so that would be
Yeah.
kind of like a,
It would be a seasonal thing, definitely, during
Yeah,
ball.
it would
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
during ball season, in the
Yeah,
afternoons
so
and
that-
stuff like that,
I-
it definitely is crowded with
Yeah.
kids.
I'd
Yeah.
love to see the Lions Club get theirs resurfaced. They have it marked now for pickleball, right? They, during the seniors, they came there and painted it, so you can do pickleball there now, but no one knows about it, they don't advertise it, broadcast it.
I just don't think that at the Lions Club, with all the Little League going on, for people to
Parking's
come out there
terrible.
and do pickleball in the middle of all that. Well, and also, I do think I hate to take away the basketball, because that's a full basketball court. I
Is there a
mean-
way you could have like both? Because I think people more are likely, especially the older people, are going to be like wanting to play it earlier in the day before it gets too hot and stuff
Right,
like that. So
Right.
if it's mostly used as a pickleball court during the day and stuff,
I think during the day
And then the
but in
kids
the
are
evening
usually there
also, when they
in the
get, some
evening.
people, when they get off work, use it.
probably.
Well,
But
retirees.
also, I think when they
Yeah,
know
but not
that the
exclusively.
ballpark is packed full of people and it's hard to get a parking spot there anyways, I don't think a lot of people are going to be like, hey, let's go play pickleball. Because
Right.
they
I don't
know
think
that
They
the
know
ballpark
season-
is.
I
Right,
think if we got the
seasonally, yeah.
money, if we had the money, I think the best place to where we had the tractor pull. I know it's a low spot, I know we had drainage problems there and stuff, but that would be an ideal place. At the park, close to the playground, nice parking, kids are there playing ball, that's the best location. Tractor
Mhm.
pull.
I think so too.
Okay, well, I'll talk to the town councilman that was interested in that and see if he has any other thoughts or,
Financial help.
yeah, financial help for this.
I really would
because-
like to, like, we need, like, an updated, like, plan too of the park, of like what's going on and what we're thinking about putting in there too, just because I really don't wanna like pack too much in there too, cause it is nice having open field space for kids and families to play and stuff like that, so that's
Mhm.
one thing I wanna try to make sure we're kind of
And
avoiding
the
too.
golf, the golf is there, you
is
can't take
disc
away
golf,
from the
yeah.
golf.
We need
Keep away
plenty
the-
of room for disc golf,
Yeah.
and
The
we need
serenity
plenty
of
of
the
just
open,
open
yeah,
grass
yeah.
space for people to run around and stuff too.
A lot of the baseball players use it for warm-ups.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
sure do.
And that's just kinda nice because they're off the fields, they're onto the grass, and they're warming up.
They're not warming up in the gravel when everybody's walking
Yes.
around and
Oh,
stuff like
yes.
that. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of foul balls that go out there too. So even warming up, you have to watch out for foul balls. So yeah, we need more space.
We need more space.
You don't have it.
Speaking of the disc golf, we're missing two signs, hole 4 and hole 9. And I have been trying, I talked to Tommy Ray, and he gave me a contact number, which I've called this person a few times. I talked to him once. He acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. So now Tommy said he thinks he gave me the wrong contact info, so he was going to, I think so too. And so he was going to get a hold of the person who printed them. And I haven't heard back from him yet, but I'm sure I will. And so we could get those printed. So hopefully we'll have that up again, because I definitely see people out there playing disc golf.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, honestly, personally, the pickleball court there would be nice because it's getting to be an area where families could come and, you know, if they had a family reunion in the shelter when it's built or something, you know, and be some different avenues for people to use, different ages and just things, different things that people can enjoy. So, I don't know, anyway. Okay, anyone else have any new business?
No, I have something to say about, I think someone said something about they were looking for the horseshoes and something, and they weren't in the place where they're supposed to be in the container. Didn't you say, or someone put on Facebook that they found them, they were looking, that lady, I don't know who it was, I don't know if we thanked her or what.
She
ever came
texted
about
me,
that. Oh, she
yeah,
texted
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
So that was nice that
Yeah.
she did that
Yes,
and put them back
yes,
where they,
yeah.
because I think Donnie said, it'd be nice to play horseshoes, but there's none there. But they were there, they were just hidden in the grass, or.
Well, some of them were in the
And some was in
container,
there.
I guess.
Yeah, and then some was actually in the,
Yeah, so.
Yes.
Sands.
Thank
Sand,
every,
that's
thank
it,
everybody
yes.
did that.
Yes, I know,
Yes.
that was very nice, that person to take the
Yeah.
effort to go there and look for
thank you
them.
very much, because
Yeah.
we know she watches.
Okay, is there anything else? Any other comments? Do you have anything you'd like to say, Mark?
No, unless you've got questions for me or that I can answer for you.
Hey, you got some money?
We do have the money for your shelter.
Yes, you do.
Yes, and
Thank you,
that's
thank
a
you,
plus,
thank you.
that's
Appreciate
great.
it.
It's locked away and it's gonna stay right there.
Good.
What are your thoughts about the pickleball court?
I think it's,
Wanna get up to the podium?
you know,
Oh.
you're-
Do
Oh,
that.
yes. Good job.
Thanks for coming. He used to be up here on.
Required to do that.
Yeah.
I think that is something that's very important. And I think one of the things that Rick and I have spoke about is the fact that you've got a gap here between, by the time kids go and when they get out of Little League, there's nothing here for them in our town. And there's nothing here for folks that are a little older, like the pickleball. And that is that is something that's really catching fire around Indiana. And so I think looking at multiple points around the town is a good idea, because like you said, you don't want to crowd everything into one spot. but if you move it around, it kind of spreads things out a little bit too. Maintaining the basketball courts, kids love the basketball courts. So we do definitely need to do that. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate this board. You guys do a great job, and I don't want anybody to say anything different. You do a great job. You're up against a lot of hurdles, and I know this park has been long coming, but it, like you said, it takes a while to get government to move. And so, but continue to reach out. Your idea about putting stuff out there on your webpage, even if you could link that over to the, like, Roosevelt Chatter, we utilized that to try to put some ideas, to kind of gather some ideas from the community. Got a real good feedback from the community. And so that is a good avenue to be able to get the community to buy in and lean in a little bit, and give some good ideas, and they're really good. A lot of good feedback comes from that when you can use that social media.
Was there any feedback that should be directed toward us, that you got from?
Well, they talked about the park, and we told them that, that is still coming, and we told them about different ideas, different things that we had assist with in the town, and we were looking for more ideas. And of course, we're focused a lot on, when people come in, their first impressions. And then we also look at safety. That is another primary thing here. For us, it is. And that is that pedestrian and automobile interface, get separation there, keeping them separated. So we're very interested in that, and of course security and things of that nature. A lot of great ideas. It's taking it a step at a time and evaluate which is the heaviest one. But I think you guys are on the right. You're on the right road with the pickleball and the basketball courts, because that kind of brings that generation that's not playing Little League and everything. It kind of gives them something to do, and it's right here, and of course everybody benefits from it, because it's a positive influence.
Thank you.
Is there anything I can answer for you folks?
Well, just a comment. The next time we do the 5-year plan, I was very surprised by how many people did respond to your call for ideas on community chatter. And so that's something that the DNR always kind of pushes for us. It's like, are you using all the methods possible to get as many people involved as possible in your 5-year Parks and Recreation plan? So hopefully next time we have to do our plan, we'll be much more involved in Facebook.
For sure, because when we try to get them to come here, it's hard
It
to
is
get
difficult.
Right.
a crowd to show up and
Yeah.
things like that and get input. But if people have a different forum to use to provide input.
The only time you'll ever pack this place is if you tell them you're going to raise their water rates or their sewer rates. That's it. But
We're
outside
certainly
of
never
that,
going to tell them
No,
that.
no, no.
outside of that, this is kind of the amount you're going to get. But you
I'd
got,
be on the
I know you
opposite
guys
side
have a
here.
lot of followers on watching you right now. So,
Great.
but
great.
if there's any questions, feel free to contact myself or Rick, or whatever we can do to help. That's what we want to do, is help our community grow.
Absolutely.
And working together, I really appreciate you guys letting us work together with you on the shelter and, financing that part of it. But
We
We certainly
appreciate your
appreciate
willingness
it
to
so
do
much.
it. That was
we want to
awesome.
continue to help you on that stuff. So
Absolutely. I think
Appreciate
one
it.
thing we can certainly say, that all of the organizations, we love Roosevelt and we want the best for our
Right.
citizens. And I know the
Yeah.
TIF board does, and I know the town council does, and we certainly do, and everyone.
and,
Yeah.
and being a volunteer board, we really appreciate being accepted by the other boards that are more influential, and that they take our ideas and they say, hey, that's not half bad. It makes you feel appreciated, and
but continue to drive on that pickleball thing. I think
Okay.
you're on the right track there.
Okay,
Really,
okay, sounds
you
great.
really are, and the social media thing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, is there anything else?
Bringing that social media thing up again, what if how do you think parents would feel if maybe not putting it on the park board Facebook page, but the actual town website? Do you think parents would be okay if we put acknowledged students there on the town website?
It's still social media, right?
I don't think so. I don't think town website is social media. Would be considered social media. That's a
Information site.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a website.
I would still be hesitant about that because we told them it would be on a fixed sign.
Right.
And that's-
Absolutely.
And
As it should
that's
be,
where I
I'm
would
just-
wanna go. Even a temporary one, it would be my preference.
To kind of test the waters on that, you may want to tell them that if they want to see all the names, maybe post it here at the town hall.
That would be a good
We could do
idea.
that.
That would be,
And
yeah,
then-
a
and
public
that way-
posting, but, yeah.
It kind of covers you if there is
Okay.
a cross or
Yeah.
somebody. Only takes one person that could really destroy what you're trying to
Oh,
accomplish.
for sure. Yeah.
So you could like post the names here or something, you know, and they could come here and sit.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good
Or,
idea.
you know, have it inside here.
Yes, we do
Just a
that.
suggestion.
That's a good idea.
Thank you for that.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That's another thing we appreciate is the guidance. Because we don't know all the rules and the ins and outs and what's, you know, so I'm 100% for guidance. I'm the seventh child, so I followed a lot of people around.
All right, well, are we ready to adjourn?
We are. It's
I
back
make
to
a
school
motion,
night.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay.
I second it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned.